Hello folks, my name's Savannah, this is Stevie, and you're watching Nerdy Cat 96. So the first books that I want to show you that I bought this month are the books that I had to buy for my children's literature class. So there are already two that I bought that I have shown in several other videos, so I'm not going to be featuring them here. You'll see them in my wrap-up. Got Hounded by Kevin Hearn, When I Crossed No Bob by Margaret McMullen, and The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. The next books that I want to show you are all graphic novels. The first one is one that I've read before, but I just really wanted a physical copy because I love this author so much. I haven't seen anything new from her in a long time on her blog, but I had this in ebook, but I wanted to get the physical copy. And that book is Hyperbole and a Half, Unfortunate Situations, Flawed Coping Mechanisms, Mayhem, and Other Things That Happened by Ali Brosh. Yeah, this is definitely like my first favorite graphic novel that I've ever read, and it's so colorful. And I just love it. The next graphic novel that I actually bought because I saw that Cindy from Read with Cindy had read it, and it just sounded like something that I would really enjoy, so that is Marbles, Mania, Depression, Michelangelo, and Me, a graphic memoir by Ellen Forney. I have bipolar disorder, so that is something that is really relatable to me. She said it was pretty light. Sometimes when I read really serious stories about bipolar disorder, I get really just depressed, and I relate too much to things. I think a lighter read and a lighter take on bipolar disorder would be something that I would really enjoy. So I'm excited to pick this up. The next graphic novel that I have to show you is called Blankets by Craig Thompson. And the author was born in Michigan. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I actually live in Michigan, and I've lived here for most of my life. I thought that this would be something that I could probably relate to, at least in the setting. The next two books that I have to show you are ones that I actually bought very recently because I just finished the Lunar Chronicles series, so I wanted to pick up the companion books. So I got Fairest by Marissa Meyer, which, if you don't know, this is Queen Lavanna's story, who is the main villain throughout the Lunar Chronicles series. And then Stars Above is a bind-up of several novellas that are based on the series. The next several books that I have to show you are all poetry books, which is a genre that I didn't really have many books to represent, so I kind of went crazy at the used bookstore. The first four that I have to show you are actually written by one of my personal favorite poets. He has more books than this, but these are the only ones that I could find on Amazon. A Heart Out of This World by David James, and I think this is one of his first books. But I have not yet read this one. I've only read one of his books so far because I've had a lot of other reading to do this month, but I am hoping to read at least one a month for the next few months. My Torn Dance Card. She Dances Like Mussolini, which actually was the winner of the Next Generation Indie Book Awards. I also have Going Down Friend, which is his most recent book, but is just a chapbook, so it's only 18 pages long. This book I bought because of Vanessa from the channel Vinexa. It is another poetry book, and it is called Helium by Rudy Francisco. I'm going to talk more about it in my September wrap-up. And then when I went to Second and Charles, these are all the poetry books that I bought there. So first I have Prodigal, which is a book of new and selected poems between the years 1976 and 2014. By Linda Gregerson. And then I got the poetry book Museum of Accidents by Rachel Zucker. The rest are all by or selected by Billy Collins, which, if you don't know, he was one of the poet laureates of the United States, and I would not have known about that if my creative writing teacher didn't show us this really cool TED Talk video where someone went and animated 4 or 5 of his poems, and I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description. I would definitely check that out. So the first book I bought by Billy Collins is The Rain in Portugal, and then we got Ballistics, and then Aimless Love, and these are, I think, 180 poems that were selected by Billy Collins, but they're by different modern authors. One thing I did last month that had a very significant impact on me and my emotions was I watched this movie called The End of the Tour. It's on Netflix if you're interested in watching it. It follows this man who interviewed David Foster Wallace during like the release of his like most popular book, Infinite Jest, if I'm not mistaken. I felt like I could relate so much to David Foster Wallace, and it really just made me like want to read like all of his work. So I went on Amazon and bought 3 of the books that I thought looked most interesting. One of them being Infinite Jest, because it was the one most talked about in the movie, so how could I not buy this one? And the next one that I got was actually based on this friend who, when I was telling him about the movie and everything, he said that he read one essay by him, which was Consider the Lobster. So there's a book that he wrote called Consider the Lobster and Other Essays. So I bought that one because now I want to read the Consider the Lobster essay. The third one that I got was The Pale King. The next 2 books that I'm going to show you, I'm really excited because I bought them to help me with my like writing and my creativity and stuff. So I got the complete Grimm's Fairy Tales, and it's illustrated, and it comes in this like box, and then you pull it out, and it's this like cloth-bound book, and it has like a little ribbon in it. It is The Classic Treasury of Aesop's Fables, and it is illustrated. The next book is one that has a movie coming out next month, and I'm so excited that I finally bought it, and I'm really planning to read it before the movie comes out. That is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, this shiny collector's edition. The next one is one that I bought after enacting my book buying ban, which when I do a book buying ban, it's not that I like can't ever buy any books ever again. I can buy 1 book every 10 books that I read. It severely slows down my book buying. Actually, after I enacted my book buying ban, I did read 10 books. Some of those might have included the children's books that I read for my children's literature class, but that's fine, they're books, so. And that book is Every Hearted Doorway by Shannon McGuire. I actually bought this one over a few other things that I was thinking of because of Rachel Marie. Yeah, I watched her In an Absent Dream review of the arc that she got. That book is the 4th book in the Wayward Children series, but this one is the first one. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I make videos every Wednesday. If you want to check out any of my social media, I'll leave all links down below. Hopefully, the cats and I will see you next week. Goodbye!